You guys saw the title, you clicked on today's video, and now it's my job to give you guys the answers you are seeking. Now, when it comes to sex appeal, attraction, everyone has their very own things that they like. Things that they like in another person, personality traits, etc. But this is a pretty broad topic, and I want to hone it in on one component that a lot of men miss. And this is a hack that is not talked about enough, especially towards the men, because we want men to just chase the women, because it's taught that men need to chase women. What if I told you it's the opposite when it comes to sexual attraction? Now, men, this is something that you probably may have never heard before. Maybe you have, and maybe you've just been ignorant to allowing yourself to receive this information. If you are really desiring a woman to find you sexually attractive in the way that's not even produced just in your physical sense, it's an energy you bring forward onto her that allows her to be intrigued by you. Intrigued in the sense that you're not giving it up right away. You're using your very own discernment of whether you even want to sleep with her or not. What value does she provide in your life? And taking on the step and actually remaining within self-respect. Now, in our over-sexualized, over-glorified society, people don't know what self-respect is. They think self-respect is actually getting naked and sleeping with person to person to feel sexually liberated. But the one pitfall and downfall to that is you are allowing random people into your space without knowing what value they provide. And sexual ties have long-lasting effects, not only on men, not only on women, but also men. I know that it's talked about that women are the ones that emotionally attach and men can just sleep from person to person and they don't feel anything. That could be true. Honestly, it's probably true for most women now today, because a lot of women feel like it's, like I said, liberating to sleep with you. Be aware of this. A woman who's easy to get into the bed with is not sleeping with you for you. I know this sounds backwards, but usually when a woman sleeps with you on the first night, second night, without fully knowing the man that you are, she's not only insecure within herself, because sex is a form of security within getting a man to show her long-lasting validation. Now, this is what I'm going to get at next. Men, the hack that I want you to bring forward onto this is to discern a woman. Men don't discern women. They discern women by their looks, and they stop at that. That is not where you should stop. You need to get to know the woman you are going to be interacting with in the sexual way, because this is a woman you are actually going to be transferring data to. Your very own data, her data, onto you. Now, we are not taught this. We are not brought up in a way that showcases sex in a container that is actually sacred to what a human being is. It's more so using people to gratify ourselves in a way that we cannot do on our own. And when a man has this in mind, when he has in mind his own self-respect, his own discernment, and not giving his sexual energy away to any woman who looks good, you are going to be magnetic, you are going to be mysterious, and you are going to have a level of attraction that far exceeds the men who constantly leak out their energy to every single woman who wants their attention. You see this. The women on Instagram that showcase their ass, it's not for them, it's for you. It's to gain the validation that they cannot validate within themselves. And same goes for the women you are going on a date with. Perhaps the reason you clicked on today's video is because you want women to sleep with you. You want women to want you. You want your sex appeal to be heightened. What if I told you that all starts from within? I know we're taught about the more muscles a man has, the more stoic he is within his demeanor, the more attractive he is. And I'm not discounting this. I mean, a healthy man who's to himself is obviously attractive, but you can't discount the discernment aspect when it comes to even picking out a sexual partner. A lot of people go unconscious when picking out sexual partners because they are allowing a short-circuited pleasure system to take control over their decision. The decisions that leave a lot of men single, childless, in the court systems, Why am I saying this? Because they did not have discernment over the women. They jumped into the bed too soon and found themselves in a perpetuation of, let's say, a trigger that had to be brought to the surface. Sex will do that. Sex will bring out not only the best in a person, but also the worst. And I'm saying this not to invoke fear or to, be serious, although sex should be taken seriously. It's not something that I think should be like human beings should be tossed around like hot potatoes. It's disturbing to think that's the society we live in today. But with that being said, I want men to know that the more you keep to yourself, the more you practice discernment within your life over what woman would actually provide you value and long-term fulfillment rather than short-term pleasure that will ultimately lead to not longevity, perhaps short-term gratification that you're wanting a woman to produce within you. When a man knows his self-worth, has self-respect, and has a level of integrity he falls back on, he's attractive. And it gives you a one-up on a lot of other men, because a lot of men are way too animalistic within their urges. People leak their sexual energy out in today's society in a multitude of ways. So you closing the gaps of where once maybe before you were easy to be distracted, easy to be excited, and your pleasure systems to be activated. The more you can learn to control that, the more your life will become easier when you are going to be discerning a partner in your life. I know that it sounds fun to have a bunch of sex and to have this short-term fulfillment just take over your life, but it's short. And it doesn't lead to fulfillment. It leads to constantly seeking out perhaps the very thing you want to be filled. And the more that you can learn about what you are desiring out of a woman, the more that you have your self-respect activated when you are on dates, the more women will naturally be attracted to you because you are not giving them what they want. Forming relationships based on an insecurity will always lead you to triggering the very thing that brought you guys into the relationship in the first place. So please keep this in mind. And the hack, just to conclude this video, is you staying centered in your discernment. And discernment comes from choosing your best interest in the long term and not the short term. I hope today's video helped you, gave you some clarity, and to inspire you to not always constantly leak out your sexual energy. That's your life force energy, and that is powerful. And I don't think it should be given just to anyone who looks good or who stimulates something within you. Is it worth it? And if it is to you, then have at her. But if you found yourself depleted from women in relationships, maybe practice what I'm saying and see the effects it will have on your life. If you guys are wanting any further assistance within understanding women or just having some questions and conversation about similar topics, or honestly anything, I offer one-on-one coaching where I can offer you a safe space to address whatever it is that perhaps is causing a burden in your life, stress, confusion, and maybe you just want to have someone to talk to. My coaching is open to everyone within anything you are going through, so please feel free to reach out to me. My email is down below. And without further ado, I hope you liked today's video, and I will see you in my next one. Bye.